Welcome back, disc golfers, to the 2025 CCR Open by Discraft here, fueled by Great Lakes Disc. Here for another Disc Golf Pro Tour Q-Series event. It's Great Lakes Disc, big name up here in Michigan. All of our Patreon supporters as well. My name is Chris German. We have PJ Barth in the booth. Beautiful weather. I mean, I can't really ask for much better than this. A little chilly, a little cool. Getting ready for fall as we give a big shout out to Hampton Inn and Suites sponsoring this coverage. PJ, how do you feel after the front nine?
I feel great. I mean, Silas is out there ripping up the course. Luke hot on his heels. Gossage and Marwede birdieing hole 9. They're, starting to get things rolling as well.
So we take a look at some of the scores that came in. A couple of people hitting that double-digit mark. Hope to see some of our card members do that as well. So we're going to move into hole 10. This one's a par 3, 364. The drone's taking the more direct left line. If you have the distance here, which most will, they're going to throw a big hyzer over the OB, let it flare in. Just try to get right past that tree on the right side.
Yeah.
And Silas showing us just that, putting it well inside the circle.
Easy enough for him.
Starting off this back nine with a replay. Man, throwing the disc the way he wants today. And then when he has to putt, he's making nice putts. Has a good putting stroke today as well.
Yeah, and putting it that close with the hyzer is harder than it seems on this one. Like, that tree goes out pretty wide. You see Aaron ends up going a little long. He actually didn't get it too high. The branches were never in play, just a little more direct, so it went farther there.
Marwede showing us that left side.
Yeah, speaking of direct.
That works out for him. He's going to be a shallow circle 2 land there for his birdie putt. As Luke's going to show us the hyzer. This one's really far. This is going to need a lot of skip.
Kind of gets it.
Yeah, it's going to put him inside the circle. Just on the edge, maybe.
Ooh. Just barely missing that for Gossage. See if Marwede can correct.
Ooh.
Dead center.
2 in a row for Marwede. He's starting to heat up here. Luke snagging another birdie, getting a 7.
But Silas, right after him, tapping in for 8.
Yeah, this was the 4th easiest hole, with 50% of the field taking birdie here, so definitely one you want to grab. Gossage probably feeling like he's missing out on the party.
Yeah, I remember him being surprised he went that long. Felt like he threw a good shot. We got hole 11, 732-foot par 4. Kind of a placement shot on the drive right about there if you can. And then a relatively tricky approach, but only one tree in the way. It's more the slope of the hill and distance control being the tough part there.
Did I say Silas is throwing the disc well, guys? Look at that, making you turn.
Yeah, he's throwing that well over 400 there. I think that's a fairway driver, probably an FD. Just perfect control.
Just missing those trees. And it was funny, you were wondering if you were far enough. This first time you're filming the course, and you're like, am I far enough? They might get to me. And
yeah, it's hard to tell how aggressive they're going to get on these, tighter lines off the tee. Not, tight as in, a wooded hole, but
very specific line here for sure.
Yeah.
Luke's going to turn over a little early, catch that right tree. A little far. We'll see if he's able to get there for a birdie look, as Gossage showing us that forehand line, just nice and direct, straight.
Yeah, easy enough for him. Just throw a forehand straight down the middle, fade into the fairway, no problem. Marwede hits a tree there. He should still have a line to the basket. Shouldn't be too bad, but he's probably farther away than he likes.
Wow, that's an evil branch right there. That thing smacked that disc down so fast.
I feel like that's the fourth time this round someone hits a branch and just totally derails their shot.
Yeah, and for some reason I feel like more than one of them have been Luke.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets some good fortune going his way soon. As this was an absolute crush. He's looking right at the basket, nice and short, and executes, hits the
flag.
Wow.
I didn't even notice that. Gave it a run.
Yeah, right on line. Jeez.
Luke.
Textbook approach there. Probably a little further than he'd like as well.
Yeah, I think this uphill is, kind of making the distance control pretty hard.
Yeah, it's a little deceiving. It's a little more uphill than you possibly think. Even on Gossage's shot, he felt like he should have dissed up. Felt like he left it a little short.
Yeah, he had a pretty good position. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Let's take another look. The rewind. Boom.
Dead center. Committed putt.
No doubt.
Good 3 for him. He's starting to creep up on our leaders from our card here.
And he played that hole kind of how you expect. Forehand approach. Drills the putt.
Speak for yourself, guy. I'm left-handed. As this was the second hardest hole.
That makes sense.
Nice par save. Yeah, I would think so.
It's tough to get the birdie here. And there's a lot of branches to knock you down. Oh, no problem for Silas. Full straddle putt.
Filling out his scorecard. This was a quarter of a stroke over par, so these birdies really taking strokes. So we're going to move into hole 12. Another par 3, sub 300. Drone's taking this right side. You're going to crash in. Unique green. Kind of could see some reactions depending on how your disc lands. But looks like Silas is going to go right at it. Sticks right on the green. Add another birdie to his resume here today.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 in a row if he knocks down that 6-footer. Gossage taking the bigger gap there on the right. Just putting it a little bit long, but should be a very doable putt. About 25 feet. Oh, the one tree. Got to go left or right of. And
Luke does a good job. Yep. Should work out just fine for him.
Fading right in front of it. Oh, with the tree right in the way, just... Oh,
and almost puts it in, dude. Look at that.
That's wild.
Almost was like a second chance going in, too. I thought it was going to catch the cage and
flop in.
And just flop in, but that's a good birdie putt there for Gossage.
Yeah, if he misses that, it's a lot harder of a comeback. Luke tapping in. Silas should be tapping in as well.
Yeah, more than half the field taking birdie here, 54%.
Yeah, 3 birdies is kind of what you expect on this.
Yeah, third easiest hole. I would say this is a must-get for most of these guys.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Marwede doesn't throw just a slight turnover forehand here. But his backhand approach has been good.
TeamDiscraft.com. All the team favorites on one site.
hole 13, 515 feet, par 4. Go out through this gap off to the right. You want to land between the two OB islands there, short or long of them. And then you have to go through this tunnel all the way to the basket with some OB behind the basket. This is a big turning backhand.
The OB is tasteful on this one. I like it.
Yeah, it's a little tough because it's blind off the tee and you kind of just throwing it up in the air, hoping like, oh, I think that's good.
Hey, you gotta learn your blind landing zones.
Yeah. So Silas ends up in the OB there, but he's looking straight down the tunnel. It's really not too bad to save his par.
Yeah, I feel like you really want to get right. 'Cause this is perfect. It's exactly where you want to go, right in between those islands you were mentioning.
Yeah. And I said before or past it, you really want to be past it so that you're looking straight down the tunnel. So that was great out of Luke.
Marwede going really far right, a little
so
short.
Yeah, he's a little short, but he went far enough right that he is also looking down the tunnel.
This is bonkers, by the way. Setting this up to throw over these trees for the hyzer and then hitting
He hits the
deep circle
highest part.
2.
He went over the highest part of the trees. That's absurd. And there's that nice backhand approach out of Marwede again.
Yeah, easy 3 for him.
Silas, ooh, getting a little turn on that. Once again, the branch just knocks him straight down. That'll be his first tester for par, I believe.
Luke doing light work here. He's got an easy birdie. As if Gossage can grab this 3, that would be epic. And
Off the band.
just a little too high. Putter's kind of up and down for him today.
Ooh, just a little low for Silas, and that'll be his first blemish. And I think that means, now that Luke's tapped in, they'll be tied.
Wow. Just like that, as 42% of the field took birdie here.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a quarter stroke under par.
I suppose it is a pretty short hole. Just play placement like Marwede did.
All right, hole 14. Drone's taking the short route here. There's another tee pad to the left. That one's going to set up just for a left to right forehand if you got it here. Righty turnover probably for Silas.
See that flex forehand out of Luke again.
And he just goes a little long and catches that tree line.
Yeah, it seems like Luke really likes the flex when he's throwing a forehand. Marwede flipping that up to flat.
Out of the hand, this looked great, and it's just that, putting it right at the bullseye. We're going to see that one again.
That is a great shot there. No surprise to have Marwede park the forehand hole.
Yeah, excellent play out of him. Gossage a little higher, but it's going to work out for him, and he's actually going to go long of the basket.
Yeah, gets a poor roll. He really landed right next to it.
I was waiting for this shot here from Silas because the hyzer flip backhand is just a buttery shot, and unfortunately catches that last tree, but
yeah, he's been great at that the whole day. That hyzer flip to slight turnover. It's been going well for him. Oh. Luke missing that there. Let's see if Silas can answer back.
count it. Bounce back for Schultz. Gets back to double digits. As we saw, that was the number to hit. Anything past that's putting you in the lead.
Gossage as well, hitting a nice putt there. He has a chance of getting double digits as well.
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty smooth sailing here on out in terms of the difficulty of the holes as Luke dropping off of Silas's pace again.
Marwede picking up his second in a row. See if he can keep that going. Got hole 15, par 3, 344 feet. This is a pretty simple par 3. You just have to hit that last gap at the end to get it close.
Yeah, a little bit of danger. I mean, there's the OB pretty close to the basket that this disc is heading towards, but I don't think it's going to reach. Yep. And then there's the OB on the right side as well you have to look out for.
Yeah, that OB on the left is a little tricky. The OB on the right is kind of, it's not really coming into play unless you
throw a bad shot.
Yeah, unless you're already messing up.
But yeah, the one on the left definitely can come into play on a good shot. As this looks like a full rip out of Silas, and he's going to be at that bullseye again, knocking for another birdie.
Yeah, his hyzer flips are just looking great today. Standing up, not turning over too much, and then right next to it.
You get a little bit of movement at the end of the flight. Wow. Running out of replays for you, Silas.
This is another one of these holes where if it's windy, you're definitely thinking about it a little bit more.
Yeah. Definitely with the calm conditions, you can really attack. That's where that OB on the right might come into play. If it's a massive headwind, next thing you know, you're turning one over. And
It's a good putt out of Gossage.
yeah, creeping closer to that double-digit mark you were talking about.
Yeah.
So this was .21 under par. Marwede getting the turkey. Really settling in on this back nine.
And our third from edge of circle, just outside.
Count
Count
it. All right, feature card doing what's right. Only 37% of the field took birdie here, so if we're seeing 100%.
And Silas just tapping in. He's making some joke about, I was the least impressive on that hole.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
All right, moving into hole 16, par 3, 289. Got to hit this gap early on the fairway. Couple guardian trees to miss on the green. Pretty short hole, though.
Yeah.
The trees get a little tougher if you end up on the right side. A little thicker. As it looks like Marwede's actually going to end up over there with a full flight.
Yeah, left that one a little high out of his hand, it seemed. But even if you hit these trees, as long as you don't hit them too high, you still have a putt.
Like this right here from Gossage.
Yeah,
See him make that already this round. Going back to hole 8.
it's really not too far. I think this is one of the easier holes. Silas didn't seem like he liked that, but
Yeah, got enough flip and worked enough for him.
yeah. I wonder if the line he was going for was more like an ace run.
Oh, catching a little bit, but still going to see the flight and CTP there for Luke.
Yeah, for once a branch did not just knock
Yeah,
down the disc.
For him, seriously.
Just barely missing that short. Whoa. That was just dead center from the woods, from the knee.
Oh, superb birdie there for Marwede. Filling out the scorecard with green.
Really catching up. Oh.
Silas says to who? To who? I'm going at my own pace here, guy. 3 in a row for him.
Luke as well. It's at solo second place now. Got hole 17, 180 feet, par 3. This is really just a chip around the corner. Everything outside this circle here is a hazard, so you get a penalty stroke, but you play from where it lies. You can get a meter relief from the wooden poles there as well, so you'll see Marwede probably take that relief and pretty much tap in for his birdie. Silas with a forehand. Parks it. We're really expecting everyone to get a birdie here, but these branches, you never know what's going to happen off of them. Luke also puts it inside the circle.
It would be really funny if someone closed their eyes and was like, all right, guys, I'm throwing this one with my eyes closed. And executed something like that.
They probably could.
Of course they could. We did see an ace on this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Luke Zarnik, if I said that properly, took down the 1.
Nice.
And other than that, I mean, this is as must-get as it gets. Easiest hole, 80% of the field taking birdie. So if you were not getting a birdie here, probably felt a little bad for yourself. Back to the drawing board. I think we're going to see ourselves another star frame.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
Yep.
Not much to say about this hole.
Yep, it's done.
They did it.
We're going to finish out on a 399-foot par 3, and this one's a little tricky with the type of angle, disc that you throw here. The tree line on the right can really come into play. If you throw too much hyzer, you kind of just end up circle 2, shallow. But if you're Andrew Marwede and you know this course and have won here before, you throw the perfect shot and actually go past the basket. Just do that.
Yeah, that's the play. Just throw it perfect.
Yeah, you just want to throw something understable on a hyzer shot and just let it glide. That's probably traditionally what you're going to see most people do, is end up around there.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like a lot of times people will leak even a little farther left, so that was good.
Luke catching early. Looks like 12's probably going to be where he's going to end.
Yeah.
And then Gossage hitting that right side I mentioned.
Yeah, it ends up a lot of times, people throwing it too straight or not getting the flip up that they want.
That was a bad reaction off the rock there.
Yeah, he was going to have a tap, and now it's a little bit of a tester.
Ooh.
Splash down. The fountain there. Should be a tap in for par.
Yeah, this is a fun finishing hole. Love hole 18 here.
What a round
Double
from
play.
Silas. Birdie on 18 for a 14 under. Will end up being around a 1080 rated round.
Yeah, it came in 1083 rated. The wild part is there was a bogey in there as well. So hole 13 took the 5 and still put up that type of round.
Yeah, and that's apparently a lot of people were birdieing that. That easily could have been a 16 under.
1066 rated there for Luke. So fantastic golf from our feature card.
Yeah, Marwede finished with, what was that, 6 in a row or something?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Almost got the double digits. Good on him. All these guys still in the hunt going into moving day. So we're going to take a look at the scores. Bogey-free round for Luke today. Marwede got the 6 that you mentioned. So we're going to be moving to River's Edge for round 2. Looks like Jake Mon's going to be fresh to the card, as well as Jonathan Borzik. A couple other names there at 10 under. Shout out Hampton Inn and Suites here in Lansing, Michigan, sponsoring this coverage and helping us out here. So we're going to see you on moving day, River's Edge, 2025 CCR Open. Catch you then.